question, member from Simcoe-Grey.
Mr. Speaker, my question is for the Premier. 8 times now, Premier, you've been asked to release the Ontario Energy Board's report about what the future cost of power is going to be to consumers and businesses in this province. And I say to you, as a former Minister of Energy, first of all, I take offence that you say we left the place in shambles. We have always had the most reliable and affordable electricity system in North America, and you know that that is a fact of life.
Minister of Health, Minister of Education, Minister of Community Safety, Minister of Environment. Member from Sault Ste. Marie. Minister of Training Colleges and Universities. Please continue.
It is you, sir, that is taking us down a path of grand experimentation at a huge cost to jobs and families and seniors in this province. You refuse to release your energy plan, and now for the ninth time, I assume, you're going to refuse to release the Ontario Energy Board. You represent the shareholders of the system. The shareholders are the ratepayers of Ontario. They own the system. You do not, sir. You have the responsibility to report to them in an open, honest, and transparent way and tell them what they're getting for their money and how much it's going to cost.
Right on. Premier.
Speaker, I have a different take on this, of course. What I think Ontarians find offensive, Speaker, is that this former Minister of Energy presided over the quiet demise and dilapidation of their electricity system.
That's right.
They refused to invest in generation.
That's right.
They refused to invest in transmission.
That's right.
They ramped up coal-fired generation, Speaker.
That's right.
They ramped up the stranded debt, Speaker.
That's right.
They refused to do all the things that were needed to do to ensure that we can pass on to our children and grandchildren.
Order. The member from Simcoe North will just withdraw the comment that he just made. Thank you. Order. Order. Stop the clock. What's the big deal with the report? Member from Halton. Twice from the member of Halton. I would appreciate some respect for the chair. Premier.
I'm done, Speaker.
Supplementary.
Premier, Speaker, Premier,
your own member is about to ask a supplementary question. He is sitting right to my left, and I can't hear him because he's being shouted down by his own party. Please continue.
Premier, your rewriting of history is very interesting and very inaccurate. The only coal-fired plant that's ever been closed in this province was ordered closed by my honourable colleague to my left here when she was Minister of the Environment under a PC government. That is a fact of history. The stranded debt, Mr. Speaker, of $35 billion that I inherited when I became Minister of Energy in the PC government came directly from David Peterson and his decisions around Darlington, which racked up at least $14 billion of it. So you had to blame that on us. And we had a plan to pay that debt off in 15 years. That deadline is quickly passing, and you don't have a plan. You won't release your long-range plan, and now you won't tell consumers, upright and forthright, what the future holds, whether they're going to have a job, whether factories can afford to be open, because they don't know what their power rates are going to be, and you're refusing to tell them. You should resign, and your energy minister should resign.
How much time you guys got left? One more week? You gonna miss this? You are, eh? Really? Order. Premier.
The Minister of Energy.
Where's that Hydro 1 yet?
Mr. Speaker, it's been a while since we've heard a rant from the member, and it's always entertaining. Doesn't shed a lot of light on the issue, but it's always entertaining, so we appreciate the entertainment value in that. But he wants us to talk about what happened in the past. He wants us to talk about what happened when they were in power, when he was a minister. Mr. Speaker, this is important. The Conservative government, when they were in power, changed the Freedom of Information Act to exclude Hydro One and the OLG, and at this time they said it was to secure competitiveness. Mr. Speaker, the only thing you ended up securing, Mr. Speaker, was sole source consulting contracts to Conservative insiders like Paul Rhodes, Michael Gorley, Leslie Noble, and Deb Hutton, Mr. Speaker. That was their way, Mr. Speaker. They want to take us back there. The member mentioned coal. Coal went up 127% when they were in power. We've brought it down 70%, and very, very soon this government will shut